the next talk we'll have is Lucia Tonion. Lucia is a doctor and a member of Association Gorgolab, a makerspace which is giving its contributions in developing and assembling Angelo. She has been involved in the project for 2 years, pardon me, and she is enthusiastic because she believes in the wide potential of Angelo in order to help low-income people affected by hearing loss. And so now we will hear a talk titled Angelo Amplifies Emotion.
Good day, everybody. I'm Lucia Tonion. I am a doctor and I'm here as a member of Association Gorgolab. I send you my greetings from Italy, and also I send you the greetings of the president of Association Gorgolab, Nicola Leali, and of all the members of the association. Thank you for the opportunity of participating in this fantastic event. I am thrilled to illustrate you a compelling example of how the open source ethos is revolutionizing healthcare from the ground up, the so-called Progetto Angelo, or Angelo Amplifies Emotions. The technical details of the device we developed in order to help people with hearing loss will be shown you by Sergio Amirales in presence. Instead, I'll illustrate you how Project Angelo is not only a device to help people with hearing loss, but it's a project about open source, inclusivity, and sustainability. In fact, it perfectly embodies the synergy between collaborative technology and compassionate, community-driven solutions, highlighting the crucial aspects of inclusivity in healthcare innovation. Here is the agenda of my presentation. I'll tell you something about hearing loss, the so-called invisible disability. This definition has been created by World Health Organization, and I'll tell you why. Then I'll illustrate you what is Project Angelo, how it was born, and I'll focus on the two main characteristics of our project. Open source, that is, we are revolutioning healthcare from the ground up, and inclusivity, that means that Angelo is easy to assemble, has a low price, and it is community-driven. And finally, I'll tell you something about the Angelo points. One of them is the association Gorgolab I am a member of. So let's start with the epidemiology. World Health Organization estimates that over 1.5 billion people worldwide are affected by hearing loss. So it's a very, very big number. Of them, 430 million have heavy disability. 80% are in developing countries, and the reason is that hearing loss can be caused by infections and malnutrition. And the World Health Organization estimates that by 2050, 1 person in every 4 people will be affected by hearing loss. So the perspective is a bit dramatic. Who is affected? World Health Organization says that hearing loss is an invisible disability because it's difficult to recognize it. When you see somebody who has hearing loss, you can't recognize him from the face, from something which is visible. So it is an invisible disability. This makes difficult to manage this disability. We generally think that elderly people are affected, but not only elderly people are affected. We have also workers because they sometimes have lack of protection in noisy industries. And also young people, because they listen to music or they play video games at a high volume, or they go to disco and to concerts where music is transmitted at a high volume. And so it damages the ears. And also we have children with hearing loss because of congenital or hereditary diseases and infections. And this is why World Health Organization has issued a resolution in 2017, and the organization said that hearing loss is a public health issue. And why it is so important? Hearing loss causes social isolation, and social isolation provokes cognitive deficit. So you start with a hearing loss and you end with a cognitive deficit. And that is the main point. Of course, hearing loss causes difficulties in day-by-day life, driving, crossing the street, answering the phone, watching TV, going to the cinema are difficult activities to do if you have a hearing loss. And finally, it is a progressive deterioration and it is not reversible. So, World Health Organization has spread some tips and advice about how to protect your ears. And one of the pieces of information it gives is that you can use assistive technology. And here we are, because you can find assistive technology in two ways. You can have very expensive and technologically advanced devices, and you can have OTC, that is over the counter, that is devices we have a low cost, and you can give them to people who have no money in every country. And we will talk about this aspect, OTC. World Health Organization studied OTC and it published a report in which it says that over-the-counter hearing aid delivery can improve access and affordability. And so it can be useful for people with low money or in developing countries. We know that there are differences in regulation in different countries. For example, in the US, OTC regulation exists and it has been issued since 2022. Instead, in Europe, we have no OTC regulation. Only medical devices provided with a CE mark are allowed. In Italy, we are in the same situation of European Union, so hearing aids are allowed only under medical prescription and a tailor-made technical adaptation. So let's go on with some details about Project Angelo, because we saw how the situation is and how important hearing loss is as a medical disease. Now, let's see what we did and what the Project Angelo is in details. The genesis of Project Angelo is deeply personal, rooted in the challenges of the 22 COVID-19 pandemic. It's a story full of emotions, and I'm very proud and very glad to share it with you in the next slides. The project creator, Luciano Fumagalli, faced severe communication barriers with his 104-year-old father-in-law during pandemic. His name was Angelo. Angelo was isolated in a nursing home with profound hearing loss. Distancing and masks rendered traditional communication impossible. And this frustrating experience sparked Luciano's innovative idea to create a simple device, a simple technological aid to reconnect Angelo to the world. And he tried with a simple device and a simple amplifier. Mr. Angelo could hear. And this event had a profound emotional impact. And this emotional impact of this first successful interaction became the driving force for sharing this invention. And so from the personal lead, Angelo evolved into a fully open source project. And here we are with the main characteristic of the project, open source and inclusivity. As for the first one, open source, the project is licensed under Creative Commons for 0.0 by SA, and it received the license from OSHWA IT 17. And what does it mean? It means that everybody can download schematics, circuit board design, 3D printing files, material lists in a free way from a website. If you Google Progetto Angelo open source, you can find everything and you can download it freely. So everybody can reproduce, modify, commercialize Angelo, and it facilitates viral spread, and so low and middle income countries may benefit. As for the second characteristic, inclusivity, it means that the design of the device is compact, user-friendly, colorful, and a single intuitive control. It's easy to assemble. It's a snap-fit device, so you don't need glue, neither screws, and the assembly is fast and easy. So it is accessible even to children and people with disabilities. They can assemble it. We tried with children, they are able to assemble it in 2 minutes. And so you can, this way, you can gain active participation of users, gratifying engagement, and it can be also an educational tool for STEM in schools. Moreover, Project Angelo has a bottom-up approach. Angelo points are born. What is an Angelo point? Angelo points are local hubs, such as makerspaces, libraries, schools, associations, volunteer groups. And they are very, very important because they support the dissemination and realization of Angelo devices within their community. Angelo Points can organize workshops, educational projects with students, lend Angelo devices to users, and create a local network of solidarity and competence. And so they build a collective response to vulnerability. Third of all, we have also aspect about sustainability, because Project Angelo has a low cost. We calculated more or less $30, including headphones. And it's adaptable. You can charge it using a USB or solar panel. Project Angelo received some awards, many awards. In Italy, it won the first prize at the Maker Fair in Trieste in 2024 for bridging generational gaps. And it received the OSHWA certification. So, to sum up, Project Angelo is inspired by open source principles, and it is driven by bottom-up initiatives. It has a deep commitment to inclusivity, and so we hope it can redefine healthcare models and empowering communities to build solutions that amplify not just sounds, but emotions and solidarity. At the end of my presentation, I'm glad to show you our association, an Angelo Point, one of the 3 Angelo Points in Italy. We are a makerspace based in Italy near Milan, and you can see in the photo, in the picture, on the creator of the project, Luciano Fumagalli, is the man on the right. And then you can see many other members. And we are involved in the project in many ways. We organize an event during the World Hearing Day. We organize a conference on March. We assemble Angelo. We assist users. And we are also collecting data from a scientific point of view. I'm personally involved in this aspect. And we are, finally, we are investigating the technical performances of the device. So we have a collaboration with Politecnico of Milan. We are trying to find what the performances of the device are in the laboratory of the university. And if you are interested, you can also make your technical tests, and we are glad to share the information with you. So my presentation ends here. Thank you for attention, and see you next time.